Hello and welcome to Smiling Souls. This is Stephanie Keenan Ray. How you doing, Wendy?
You haven't said that in a while.
No, I have not. Although, what was it? We were on a Connect call the other day, like a networking call, and I almost introduced you as Smiling Souls.
Yeah, that was great.
Yep,
I'm doing good. Doing good. A little smoky. So last Friday when we talked, I was going to the Hallmark
yes.
premiere.
Yes.
Hang on.
I learned last Friday that Wendy is the biggest dork ever.
Oh, you knew that ahead of time.
Hallmark as in like Hallmark Channel?
Oh, Hallmark Channel, Hallmark stores. Yes, so she's apparently a Hallmark member, and she gets first dibs on the ornaments, so she had to go, and I was thinking she had to wait online, and no, she didn't, because she's a premier member, and she gets the special ornament ASAP.
The day ahead.
Yes. Wow. So show us your fabulousness. And so I kind of just like went.
There's a whole bag, so we don't have time to go through the whole bag. But
show us the best one.
My favorite, because it is on target, it's on point. Everything's fine.
Oh, wow.
It's a dumpster fire.
That's really good.
That's funny.
Yeah, so. Okay.
That's hilarious. All right. So, and what else is happening in the world?
Yeah, what about you?
Well, because we haven't talked on here since Summit. The summit was amazing in Denver. The road trip was incredible. We all survived and laughed through it all and had a blast. And
I got to see you for 2 seconds.
Yeah. And then we have already sold tickets to our next one in March, March 19th in Denver.
Yep.
We are. It's just naturally all of our events are falling on the 19th. So it was June 19th. Now it's March 19th. And we just added May 19th in Wisconsin.
Yes.
So we're having another SheEO Summit in Wisconsin and
numbers
in Denver.
Are big, and they're really important. So yours is the 19th. Mine, I think I mentioned this, my retreat next year, June 7th through the 11th. And those numbers have been with me ever since I was a child. Numbers are a thing.
Interesting. And I have to check something now because I'm thinking one of my favorite baseball players was number 19. That's really interesting.
Oh gosh.
Anyhow, but yeah, so that's super exciting. The summit was really, really well received. The fact that it was so unique with the Smash Room and the just the approach that we took was very different than what you typically expect at a women's conference. So it was incredible. And yeah,
it's a Smash Room. I have to hear about that.
So a Smash Room is you go in and it's like a rage room, like the woman who runs it gave everybody. So during the summit, we had wine bottles that they all wrote their limiting beliefs on. And then they went and they smashed them. But Erica, the woman who owns the space that we were using, also gave them there was like several cases per group. So everybody got to smash like 5 or 6 bottles, and apparently it takes, because I actually didn't get to smash and I thought about going back later. But it takes a little oomph. Sometimes your bottle bounces back. And so, especially when it was a limiting belief, people were like, "Oh," and so like you gotta like, yeah. And so it was interesting, and people had some really cool reactions, letting go of things came up that they didn't expect. It was really cool. The space itself that we were in, the woman who runs it, it's called Emotion out in Westminster, Colorado, and Erica is all about mental health, and she's a physical trainer. So the space we were in for the conference normally has her equipment. She moved it all out, and we had tables and stuff. And then she's got the smash rooms, and then she's got this chill room where you can, you know, sit and meditate or just chill. And it's so cool. So it kind of covers all the things in order to help your mental health. You know, it was very cool. I wish I had an Erica and a space like that out here in the East Coast, but.
Well, and Steph, you forgot one very important thing that happened at the retreat.
What? At the summit? What?
You were a speaker. Hello.
It's so over it. I gave my first keynote, and it went really well, and everybody was very receptive and supportive, and said I did a really good job. I don't remember 99% of what happened, and apparently, based on all the photos from the photographer, because it was really funny. After the summit, I realized everybody was posting pictures of like Jen talking, and then just their own experiences with the people they were around. There were like no pictures of me doing my talk. And so I texted the key people, you know, Jen, Amy, Wendy, and said, did anybody take a picture of me? And so then I got a whole bunch of pictures. Amy got a couple nice ones, and the photographer got a couple nice ones. But the funniest thing is, after I did my talk, I was so jazzed that I had done my talk that I was like smiling with my entire body. So I had like 10,000 chins because I was like, yay!
Oh, man.
So it was very funny, you know. I'm like, nobody told me to like
edit that?
undo this. But you could tell I was full face smiling, so it was very exciting. Yeah. And we gave out 4 awards to different women in the community. Some are people who are in GEO, and then there was one that we picked the day of the event. And the awards were made by Jennifer Nichols, who is a friend of ours. And they were beautiful and really amazing. And it's just nice to have done, everything was with supportive people within our community. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very cool. Yeah. All right. Should we do Oracle cards?
I think we should.
Okay. Do you want to go first since you're pulling for Liz as well?
Oh, I'm pulling for. Oh, yeah.
I think she said she wanted a cat, right?
Yeah, cat would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, got it. So I will. I've got mine all ready to go. So I pulled nothing.
Nothing.
And it says nothingness. Nothingness haunts being, but staring at the wall is okay. And hang on, there's more to it. Where's nothing? This is what I have to deal with.
Oh.
Where's nothing? I had it all. Oh, okay. They're not in alphabetical order at all.
That's always fun.
It's not.
I was trying to tell you something. Nothing. There's
No.
nothing there.
There's
Here
nothing there.
When boldly declaring that hell is other people, the bespectacled French philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre, S-A-R-T-E, whatever, obviously didn't include feline company. His beloved cat, Nothing, provided him with some much-needed relief from hard liquor, hallucinogenic drugs, and 24/7 existentialism. I love these cards. They're so much fun. So that's his cat.
That's hilarious.
He has glasses on? He has little glasses.
Does have glasses on. He's an existential cat.
Okay, well,
right?
that was mine. What did you pull, Steph?
So I pulled from my Rooted Woman, and I've got the Well Maiden.
Oh.
Right?
Well, that's
Well Maiden, the voice of the other world. This is an old story among the Grail legends, which tells that once maidens would emerge from wells throughout the land to offer food and drink to any traveler who came by and was in need of it. The well maiden's power came from the other world, and it was the source of life for the land. When a king who didn't respect the old ways raped a well maiden, they withdrew back into the wells as a consequence, and the land became wasteland. And the story tells us that the voices of the wells were lost, the links between our world and the other world was broken, and the land lost its heart, and we lost the bridge, the divine feminine, which connected us to it. The well maiden is a living bridge between the other world and our own, and she's a conduit for the wisdom of the other world and mediates its life-giving force. As an ally on our journey, she invites us to reweave the connection, to remember the time when people and the land were one, when the wisdom of the other world could more easily be accessed. She reminds us that we need to reclaim and honor the divine feminine, to integrate into ourselves the feminine mystery that has been suppressed over countless centuries. Only then can we restore the balance which will lead us to out of the wasteland, and only then will the voices of the wells be heard again. Well, if that isn't timely, I don't know what is.
That's deep, man.
Yeah, that's deep. You went with not deep, and I got super deep.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Oh, it's all good. So, Liz, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle, and you tell me when to stop, yeah?
Okay. Stop.
Bottom or top?
Top.
Fashwan.
Fashwan cat.
Oh, gosh. Oh.
You can never be too rich or too fluffy. Never get out of a bed for less than a tin of caviar. I like this card. Fashwan cat. Now, so let's see what's the rest of it. I found it right away. This high maintenance kitty has a complete set of designer luggage, her very own iPad, and not one, but two maids at her disposal. This fashion fantastic feline has lived a lifestyle most can only dream of, traveling by private jet, quaffing beluga caviar, I don't know what quaffing means, whatever, and gracing the cover of Vogue. I think they are just making shit up here. And there you go. Maybe not use this deck.
I love it. That cat reminded me of what's his face, one of the fashion guys.
Garfield? Not Garfield.
No, he reminded me of like not Oscar de la Renta, but one of the fashion guys.
Oh, like Karl Lagerfeld or something.
Carl. That's exactly who it was. Yeah. I don't know why.
And it says this cat is dressed in like a tie and a collar, and he doesn't look female, but the thing reads whatever.
It's the fun deck.
Yes, it's the Wonkadoof deck. Makes for laughters. So I guess your the deck is telling you that it's okay to be bougie.
I have no problem with that. No problem whatsoever. Let's see. So now I get to announce. That's not the word I'm looking for. Introduce Liz. All right. So our guest today on Smiling Souls, Liz Coleman, is a certified life coach, NLP and mind shifting practitioner, and co-author of Rooted in Resilience. She spent years in the C-suite of a New York nonprofit with a life that looked like success and quietly depleted her until 2 mortgages, health issues no doctor could name, and crying alone after she parked the car sent her searching for real, noticeable change. She found it at the subconscious level and built the MindLife Reset guide. And built the MindLife Reset to guide other accomplished women there. Liz does not sell insight. She helps women release what has been quietly running the show. Welcome to Smiling Souls, Liz Coleman.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
We're happy to have you. We're so excited that you're here. Let's see. So one thing that I noticed reading your bio earlier, you mentioned that your biggest inspiration was the universe.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes. But tell us about, like, what does that mean? Tell us about that.
Sure. So yeah, I just feel this pull from the universe, from outside of me, and it's just pulling me to expand and giving me strength to do things I never thought I could do or even wanted to do or had any interest in. It's amazing. It's not coming from within. It's kind of an odd feeling, something I'm not used to. But once I started on this kind of reinvention journey, it's been with me, and I just keep going with it. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So is that what, I mean, obviously you were struggling and challenging, dealing with, not loving what you were doing. But was the universe also talking to you?
Yes.
So at that point, it was really within that was driving me. It was like, like a fear of failure, all the things you kind of pick up as you're going along, and, don't show yourself, don't make a mistake, like all those self-doubting things. Even though it was at the top of my career, it was still inside. I was hustling. I was working, doing, instead of listening to myself, believing in myself. And yeah, it was within that would drive, my decisions and my actions. And once like I said, then I just started, listening to outside of me for guidance.
That's awesome. So how do you work? How do you work with people now?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Yeah, so I do mostly one-on-one coaching, and after going through a few years of trying everything, aromatherapy, crystals, prayer, all, you name it, everything, acupuncture, so on, Reiki, I figured out, based on my own journey, what worked and what didn't. And of course I read and did some research, but then I started working with some friends, and then some clients, complimentary clients, and wow, it's working for you too. So I created a program, and now I have kind of a protocol, and we work on mindset, we work on what are you eating, how are you resting, how are you moving, a holistic approach. And yeah, I've seen it's really empowering to me to see, and it just makes me feel really good to see people blossom like that and flourish and come back to themselves. It's just an amazing time.
Liz, how do you interact with the universe on a daily basis? What does that look like?
So I do things like gratitude is huge for me. Every day, I all the time, all day long, I'm thinking of little things that I'm super grateful for. Like it's sunny out today, or I saw a bird land on the top of my car. Just silly things. Like I got to eat ice cream. My daughter smiled at me. Silly things, but they bring a smile to my heart and to my face, and just makes me feel happy to be alive. And do some physical things like grounding. That really keeps me in touch with the earth, and just relaxes me and centers me. So different things like that. Meditation I do every morning to set the day. Things like that.
I love that. And you had mentioned that doing those things like gratitude, even for the smallest things, like I saw a bird, right? You talked about how that changes your almost your body chemistry.
It does.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, and I'm always not surprised, but I'm always happy about that. I'm like, wow, that it's incredible. Even just smiling throughout the day changes what you say and what you're thinking. It's how they work together too. When I first started, I was reading a lot, and I was doing a lot of mind work, but I'm like, but you really have to get your nervous system and all your systems working well too, or it's not going to support the mind changes. So I love the the physical smiling or the physical movement, or to keep everything symbiotic and working together, supporting each other.
How do you know when you're out of balance?
Oh, I get a little irritated, like if something, like I don't know, if something silly, I smack my hand on something and it hurts. I get a little like swear or something. I'm like, no, time for you to get up and walk around, or time for you to go breathe, or take 30 seconds and go do some box breathing or something. Then I know things, because usually it'll flow off. It'll just say, oh, that happened. I'll observe it, and that'll happen. But if I start getting irritated, I know, okay, reset.
Yeah.
I am laughing because so yesterday I stumbled upon a YouTube video. Stephanie, you'll roll your eyes at this one. Go ahead. Someone did a really detailed video on the character of Jess from Gilmore Girls and how he was the one boy that grew up. Okay. So think about it. So Dean just kind of stayed where he was and had the affair with Rory and married 2 more times or 1 more time or whatever, and just kind of was the same person. What's his name? The rich guy. Oh my gosh, why am I blanking?
Logan.
Logan was always attached to the money and the parents, and he couldn't break free of that. Here he is having an affair with Rory. She had 2 affairs.
I know.
Anyway, but Jess, like, he came in and he was in the beginning acting from a trauma response because his dad left, his mom didn't want anything to do with him, he got kind of discarded. So everything he did was coming from a place of trauma. And then he started to heal himself. So in later episodes, like, he shows up and he calls Rory out on her stuff and says, what are you doing? Why are you no longer in school? What the heck? And he published a book. And then in The Year in the Life, here he is. He's got his stuff together. He's published more books. He's got a publishing company. Like, he's very solid in who he is, and he knows who he is, and he is healed. But on the flip side, Rory is now a mess. Girlfriend can't find her underwear. It's in a box somewhere. Like, really? Right? I forget where I was going with this. Where was I going with this?
I think it has something to do with shaking things off and knowing when to ground.
Yes. Okay. Maybe that's what I was going for. But yeah, that's like, so I had to bring that up because, Liz, when you just said what you said, I was like, aha. Here's
when you were saying that, sorry, I was thinking more, yeah, you have to shake things off, but you also have to be very aligned and know who you are, who your values, because that makes it easier to set boundaries. It makes it easier to, walk away from things or embrace things. It's so much easier. Yeah.
And even when you look at the line of Jess, the character of Jess, he always knew who he was. He was just acting out because he was pissed off. He always was very talented in his... He was always smart. He was always a reader. Like, that was one of the first things that impressed.
That was
the tough guy thing. That was his shield,
right? He was tough because he was hurt, and he was always in that crouching position of, I've got to react when something happens.
Well, he's also related to Luke. I mean,
Mr. Grumpy
slightly gruff.
Mr. Grumpy Pants himself. But in any event, so that brought to mind, like, when you do the healing, when you do the work, when you know yourself, that's when you can know, like, oh, I'm out of balance. Okay, got it. Yeah, I'm recenter, ground myself. Yeah.
And don't be afraid to say things to yourself, like, oh, I'm afraid of this, or to awareness of your faults or things that you need to grow or get better at. Don't be afraid to acknowledge that, because that's how you become more smart.
Well, and it's kind of interesting. I'm going to share this crazy story. So last night, there's this family-run theater. next town over, and they were playing Jaws this week. So last night was the last viewing of Jaws, and I had noticed it and was like, oh, cool. And, you know, Gabriel's wanted to see a scary movie for a while now. He's been asking and asking for a scary movie. He wants an R-rated horror, whatever. And I'm like, you can't handle that. You can't handle emotions in a children's movie. Like, not happening. So I showed him the preview because I was like, all right, I know there's parts that are definitely scary. I remember jumping out of my skin at certain things, but I kind of forgot the ending and how kind of gory the ending was. But but I'm like, it's Spielberg, you know, it's you know. So I show him the preview, and I also kind of thought he'd blow me off because it was old, you know. Kids nowadays just can't deal with the visible difference of old things. And so he watched the preview, and was like, maybe, yeah.
Oh.
And so originally we were thinking about going on like Wednesday, and he's like, something came up and we couldn't go. So yesterday morning he's like, can we go to see Jaws? I said, okay, if you really think you can do it. And he's like, all right. So we go, and he was doing all right. And then there was a scary thing, and he was kind of like, you know, and he was nervous. He hit in my shoulder a couple times. He ran off to the bathroom a couple times. But and near the end, he did run off to the bathroom, and I felt kind of guilty, but I sat through it because I was like, I know him. He'll be okay. You know, he's not pulling a Stephanie. When Stephanie was little and didn't like a movie, I went out and sat in the lobby until it was over. So,
oh, wow. Well, that's where he gets it.
Oh, yeah. Like, and my family, I don't know, I was the baby, so for some reason my mother never noticed. They always put me on the end. I don't know what they were thinking, because so I could just up and leave. Like E.T., I went and sat in the middle of the lobby, like halfway through when the government takes over.
Oh.
Black Stallion? I can't remember. There's Black Stallion and Black Beauty. Which one started with the fire on the raft?
I don't know, but I think it was Black Beauty, but I
think Black Beauty, that's the one that I started to leave, and some old lady grabbed me and put me on her lap. So I was facing backwards. It was 1980, whatever. I started facing backwards and could see the whole movie on the projector. And I was just like, no! And I think at that point, my mother, somewhere, because I only got through that first scene and I don't remember anything else. So I'm pretty sure that someone caught on that I was not in the chair and that I was a couple rows back, and then they either took me or took me out of the theater. I don't know, but yeah, 1980s. But Gabriel, he did come back. I was surprised he came back kind of in the middle of the end where it's very dramatic. And he sat through the rest of the movie, and by the end he was just like, that was a lot. He's like, that was scary. He's like, you don't need to take me to see that again. That was good. And then we got in the car, and you know, and I kept talking to him, because even during the movie, because before the movie started, the guy running the theater did some trivia and he gave some things away. So like, he was talking about, one of the trivia questions was, what was the name of the mechanical shark? His name was Bruce. He was named after Steven Spielberg's lawyer, which then made me laugh because the shark in Finding Nemo, his name was Bruce. So I kind of wonder if they did that on purpose. But
that's hilarious.
Yeah. So I kept reminding Gabriel during the movie, I was like, he's really just a mechanical shark. Yeah. The movie's more about the sheriff and the scientist. It's more about the two of them dealing with the shark and arguing with the lawyer, with the mayor and stuff. You know, it's more about the humans. Right. And he was like, okay. And then when we got in the car, because I was kind of like, oh, this may have been the worst mistake of my life as a mother. I may not get sleep. I put on a meditation as we were driving home.
Good idea.
just to help him chillax and get back into his body. And by the time we got home, he gets out the car and he was like, that was very nice. Thank you, Mommy. And he brushed his teeth and he went to bed.
And no getting up.
And he slept in his bed all night long. He came into my room in the morning and said that he had some bad dreams, but that none of them were shark related. And we're still going to the ocean later, so he's not that scared. Like, you know how all of us were back in 1980 something.
Oh,
we
man,
were
you
like, wouldn't even go, some people wouldn't even go in a swimming pool, let alone
pool.
let alone an ocean.
Don't go in the pool, he'll get you.
Yeah, exactly. I remember that. Like, don't swim in the pool at night because the shark will get you.
Drop in from the sky.
Exactly. Yeah. But it's that he grounded, you know, he got into his body. And then even this morning we talked about it some more and he was like, that actually was a really good movie. You know, he's like, it was scary, but it was really good. And I was like, yeah. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
I love that. Go Mama Steph.
Yeah, that's a good story.
Yeah. It was, I was questioning if I had failed miserably, but it worked out.
Well, but you bring up a good point. Like, so Liz, when you work with a client that is not in their body, they're not aware, right? How do you get them in touch?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that happens a lot. That's because, you know, there's so much going on and people aren't aware. You have to start slow. Mostly with breathing exercises, just starting the day with them, or if something happens during the day, you remember, because that's another thing, remember to do these things.
Right.
Take a few minutes and do the breathing. That gets you into the parasympathetic. You start to relax a little bit. You can move into meditation. Seems to be a challenge for beginners too. You just can't quiet the mind. So I usually start with breathing, or even just grounding outside for a few minutes, just settling.
Mm-hmm. When you say grounding outside for a few minutes, what's your favorite thing to do outside?
I just walk in the grass, which is not easy here in the winter, but
yeah,
most of the year it's okay.
Yeah. Have you ever done that in the winter? Try to ground yourself outside? No, I haven't either.
I just go outside in the winter. Like, I'll just go outside and like stand on the deck with the dog, and that's my grounding in the winter when I really need to be outside. Because just smelling the air, and paying attention to the things around you, and that sort of a like grounding of like pay attention, watch the world around you, take it in.
Right,
breathe.
The 5 things: see, smell. What can you taste?
Touch.
Hear. Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you do on a day like today when we got all this smoke in the air and you really probably shouldn't be outside for long periods? How do you ground yourself to the earth or to the nature or to nature? Like, what do you do?
2 things. I can go outside for a little while, but if I have to fake it, I do listen to put my headphones on, listen to thunder or rainstorms. There's sound therapy. Or this isn't nature, but I love heat and the sun, so sometimes I'll go in a sauna for a little while just to get that feeling. Kind of faking it, but you still, I don't know, I feel like my body still gets the idea.
I like that because like it's cold out, in the winter. You got this situation. You can fake it. Like essential oils, I think too, Steph. Like those fragrances.
That's what I was gonna say, because it's natural, it's real.
Yeah. The orange, the lemon, I don't know what I think.
There's one that is specifically like it's all about forest bathing, like it's like all the trees, and so like to smell that and then do a meditation where you imagine you're in a forest, a visualization that can totally ground and center you. In the winter, I try to have some plants in the house, so that connection with the plants that way.
Bird videos just came to mind. So in winter, I will watch bird videos because there's not a lot of action outside in the winter. And that makes me feel good. Just the cheaping and the oh.
That's really amazing. I have a friend who was struggling. He was at Yale, like a really difficult school, and he was struggling. And he would put, you know how some people put on the TV with fish, cats can watch it during the day while they're at work. He used to do that, and he said it was incredibly calming and centering. Just would take breaks and do that every once in a while. I was like,
That's
wow,
hilarious.
what a great idea.
That's hilarious.
Nature is always the best, but sometimes you got to fake it.
Yeah, it's true. Very cool. I have to ask you about your painting behind you. Like,
I was curious too.
can you tell us about the painting behind you?
Sure. So that's like my side hobby, I guess.
Okay.
Wait,
so
you did this?
Make it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah, it's very into color. I was into dots for a while. That's why you just said the polka dots earlier. I like polka dots. But yeah, and then there'll be shows, local shows, or galleries sometimes hang there. So it's just a fun, creative side of
Yeah, I love that.
brain.
so what's the story behind this painting?
So I have this huge canvas that somebody gave me. I think it's probably like 5 feet by 4 feet. It's pretty big.
Oh,
I was like,
wow.
what am I going to paint on there? I'm not going to put dots all over the place. So I just started, throwing paint, doing different things with paint, and it started to look like Angry Birds. So now it's kind of like this big bird, and there's some arrows going at it, and it's not exactly, but my version of it, I guess.
Yeah, I like it. To me, it looks like a school of fish in a sun ray and a whirlpool, but I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, it was fun.
I almost see, so you got these two guys climbing the wall.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Kind of, right? It's probably not in the center of the painting, but in the center of the painting that I can see. It kind of looks like
The
the
face?
shadow, no, of like the silhouette of the red guy, like in the middle.
Yes, I see him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was, I just, yeah. Oh my gosh,
Hilarious.
Liz.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can't do?
Good question. No, I'm kidding. I'm sure there is. I just like trying things and experiencing things. I mean, that's what life is like. Just go with the flow. Just whatever comes your way, whatever doesn't call to you, walk on. Just keep going. Yeah.
I love it.
And you've got a book like coming out, or
It's a group. There's 10 of us,
Yeah,
and we drew a chapter, and it's about resilience, so like something we overcame or how we kept going through tough times. So it's interesting, and everybody's from a different. One lady's actually from a different part of the world. I think she's in the Netherlands. We are all over the place, and one's in Colorado, and just very interesting. It comes out in October, so not out yet.
Nice.
right around the corner before you know it.
Very cool.
Liz, what would you say to someone that is going through a hard time?
It's tough. So I always come back to myself and I'm saying, am I taking out, like if they're saying something that's upsetting me, I always think, well, it doesn't really have to do with me. It's really their experiences, their beliefs that they're projecting onto me. So I kind of just let them say it, but I don't take it in. I don't absorb it, because that helps. Another tough time, a lot of the time, the tough time is your beliefs around it too. Like, what makes it good or bad? Who told you that? What is it really good or bad? What's facts? Like, just kind of analyzing it, what the situation is, and what feeling you bring to it. It's based on what you were told, what you believe, and just try to take your feelings out of it and just see how it sits. Then, like, is it
Is it true?
Is it true? Exactly? Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Nice. I don't know. I feel like there's something I want to ask you, but I'm just not sure what it is. Is there like a book right now that you would recommend people read? Like, what's inspiring you right now? And it doesn't have to be a book. What's inspiring you?
It is a book, actually, because I'm really into this guy, David Bear. He's kind of like Peter Crone, and Peter Crone says stuff like, what happened? What did he say? It happened the way it happened, and it couldn't, because I'm going to mess this up, but he's just saying it happened and it happened the way it did because it couldn't have happened the other way. Sort of like that butterfly effect. Like if something happened in Mexico, this happened, then it sets it in motion. So there's no way. So that's life, and things are going to happen. So the more you can be flexible and keep moving around, the more secure and safe and joyful you're going to be. So David Baer is taking on all these different people, like Joe Dispenza and all these philosophers and people, and he's taking their what they're writing and putting it, explaining it in detail. And he wrote this book, A Change of Mind. And it's interesting how he's makes it a story, or brings it into everyday terms versus scientific. It's just interesting.
Nice. I love that. Yeah. Everybody can understand it and relate to it.
Exactly. Yeah. He does a really good job with that. So
that's really cool. Excellent. And what about you, Wendy? Anything else that's coming to mind?
I love the answer to the question that you gave when someone's going through a hard time. Like, that is such good advice, right? When you encounter someone that's just kind of sour, do not take it personally. It's whatever's going on inside of them. Maybe send them love and light. But that was, it's not easy to do.
Right. It's not easy. But
right.
Don't give them that power. You're love yourself.
And it kind of seems
like that's good advice.
So it kind of seems like you went through this long journey of finding and trying all the different tools, but kind of went with the most simplistic when it really comes down to it. And of course, you can tap into those other things because you now know them. But do you, or are you like, no, I'm good with my?
No, I did those crazy. I did things. I spent probably during this journey, crazy amounts of money. Probably about $50,000-$60,000 on like club memberships and retreats and Pilates and and all these different therapies. There's some therapy where they put stuff on your head and try to crazy expensive. And I was just trying everything: diets, supplements. Spending at one point I was spending $900 a month on supplements. I mean, that's insane.
Whoa.
I know. So it's like, no, now it's mostly free. It's fresh air, sun. Well, not today, but sun, grass. Like go to the beach. Walking. Even that, I don't have to really walk. And I lift. I do have weights at home, but I do lift. Strength that helps too. But just sleep. I mean, all this is free, and it's not even about adding more to your plate either, too, because you have a schedule. There's so much going on. It's replacing. So instead of scrolling on my phone for 15 minutes, I might go breathe or meditate, or instead of eating hamburger and French fries, have a salad. It's about choices and just replacing. So and you don't have to spend money or time or anything. It's amazing.
Yeah,
it gets to be easy. Let it be easy.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. Well, I hope that you sharing what you do and how you help people tap into really who they are and how to be present inspires some people, and it's been an awesome time chatting with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Liz.
Yeah. And I love the cat cards. Those were awesome.
They were different. They were fun. I liked it. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to share with the audience?
No, I mean, if they want to follow me at Liz Coleman on Instagram, I share some tips on there too.
Nice.
So,
excellent.
Other than that,
we'll make sure that people know. All right. Well then, what about you, Wendy? Anything else you've got to say?
It's been a great interview. Thank you so much, Liz.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It really has. All right. Well, then we will see you next time. And
see you next time.
Bye. And like and subscribe, right?
Like and subscribe because it does help us.
See you next time.
See you next time.